Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel P-Talk, and in this video we will learn about WebLogic Server deployment. So what is application deployment? The term application deployment refers to the process of making an application or module available for processing client requests in a WebLogic Server domain. And application deployment is all of the activities that make a software system available for use. So what does it mean? Okay, so we all know that when we do certain kind of a programming where we write certain kind of a programs and then we write a certain kind of a logic, right? So maybe in your in just for your practice, you might have written some programs like to print out the tables and just to print the number in the reverse order in the forward order and then do some kind of arithmetic operations in certain kind of a programs. But that is for this practice purpose. But when we talk about the real business enterprise or environment, okay, where you have to write the business logic of an organization using certain languages, okay, and once you are done with the programming, that means you have designed certain kind of programs for execution of the business logic of for certain organization. That means once you have done the digitization of that organization, okay, that means you need to run those applications somewhere, okay, so that it can be accessible for the end users. Okay, so when we say that your application need to be deployed and then application need to be accessible for the end users or for the clients, that means after the development of application, right, you need to run that application somewhere. So specific to Oracle WebLogic Server, which is a Java-based application server, where we develop the applications in the uh, Java. Okay, so that means once your code is ready and once you compile your code, after compilation of the code, you need to deploy that application on the WebLogic Server. So WebLogic Server is a Java-based application server. So you all know that we we deploy the applications on the different managed servers, right? Sometimes on the admin servers as well, based on the case to case. Okay, but the reason is that your managed servers and admin server, okay, they are uh, the entities, those run on the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, right? And Java Virtual Machine is about, you know, all about the what is JVM, okay, because it is a kind of a software, okay, that make your programming language the operating system independent. So you can run your operating system programs from one Windows machine to your Linux machine and from Linux machine to your Windows machine. Okay, so for execution of the code, okay, you need certain kind of a platform where you once you develop your program, then you can run your applications, right? So that is a WebLogic server where you deploy the applications, and then when we deploy the application after development, that term is defined as the deployment. So application deployment is all of the activities that make a software system available for use. So once you have developed your application and then you have deployed that application in any application server, right, with the help of certain process that could be automated or that could be from the admin console, then those applications would be accessible for the end clients. Okay, and when we talk about packaging and deploying WebLogic server applications, okay, that means WebLogic server applications are packed in a standard way defined by the J2EE specifications, right? So once you develop your code, okay, so before deployment of the application in WebLogic server, you have to pack that application in a standard Java format, okay, and WebLogic Server allow you to store deployment units either as a single archive file or as an exploded directory that contains the same content of the archive file. So based on the requirement, okay, so you can pack the application in a single archive file, or there could be an option as well where you can deploy the code as an exploded directory. That means you don't need to archive any file. You don't need to create any archive file. You just deploy your code directly from the folder, right? That is the main folder which inside which you have your all code. You can deploy that main folder so that your all the component will be deployed automatically, and that is called the exploded directory deployment. And they have their own pros and cons. Okay, so when we talk about archive files, okay, when you need to create an archive file for the deployment of application on the WebLogic server. So an archive file is a single file that contain all of the applications or module classes, static files, directories, and deployment descriptor files. Archive files are typically created by using the jar utility. Okay, so in an archive file, you have to archive all of your code, whatever you have developed, whether it is some web module developed in your JSP or servlets, or maybe some business logic that has been developed in enterprise Java, in EJBs, or then you have certain more components, images and static files are there. So in a code, you have a multiple components, right, based on your business logic and the requirement of your organization. So for that, you have to create an archive file, okay? And that is typically we create with the help of jar utility, okay? And deployment units that are packed using the jar utility have a specific file extension depending on the type. So EJBs are packed in a .jar file format. Web applications are packed in a .war files. Resource adapters are packed as .rar file. Enterprise applications are packed as .ear file, okay? And then web services can be packed as EAR or WAR file. So that means if it is a EJBs, then you have to create a jar file with the help of jar utility with extension .jar. If you have a web applications, then you have to create a WAR file with the extension .war. And then if you have a resource adapter, those are used to connect the different EIS applications, external applications with the WebLogic, then you have to create a RAR file. And ER file is an enterprise application. That means it is a combination of all the files. That means if you have enterprise business where you need jar files, some web applications, some adapters, then you can create a jar files, you can create WAR files, RAR files, and all files you can combine in a single file that is called an ER file. So a WAR file contains a web components like JSP, servlets, static HTML pages or images. Okay, so WAR file is specific because you know that application server, WebLogic application server has the capability of web server as well. So you can deploy web application as well in the form of WAR format. And EJB jar file is, about that is a combination of all the Java enterprise and then all the advanced components. Okay, for example, you have web applications, you can combine web applications, EJBs and resource adapters in your EJB file. So EJBs, what are the actual business logic where we define our code is defined in the EJBs, okay? Like inserting, updating, deleting data in the database, starting and committing the transactions, sending, receiving messages and processing them, okay? So all this kind of a business logic that you have to be built in the EJBs, okay? So all these EJBs can be part of your EJB jar file. And Explorer directories are, you can say, as I said, that you can deploy your code directly in the form of open directory as well without archiving the log files. But there is certain use cases of that one where you actually need to be implement all of these. And certain use cases are there. You want to perform partial updates to a deployed application without redeploying the entire application. Okay. For example, if certain part of your application is need to be deployed very frequently, okay, and if you have an archive file, that means that you are not able to do that, because every time you need to do some changes in your code, you have to unzip your archive file, you have to update your code, and then again you have to zip that file, and again you need to deploy the jar file. Okay, but if you want to update a certain specific file, for example, you have an HTML file which you would like to update frequently, then obviously you need to deploy the application in exploded archive form. You want to use an admin console to dynamically edit and persist selected deployment descriptors values for the deployment. So when you deploy and you develop a code, either for the web applications or enterprise applications, okay, you have certain kind of a descriptors that you to define in the code. And if you want to update that descriptor at the runtime, that means you can deploy your application in exploded format. Apart from that, your application, you are deploying a web application that perform direct file input output through the application context, okay? And in that case, module that perform the IO operations should have a physical file system directory in which to work you can not obtain a file when the application is deployed as an archive as per the specification. That means at certain time when your application, okay, they try to update certain kind of files which is exist on your file system, okay, that would be possible only when you have it is in the open form. So you need to have application in the exploded form for that case. And you are deploying an application, web application or enterprise application that consists static files that you will periodically update. Okay, in this case, it is a more convenient to deploy the application as an exploded directory because you can update and refresh the static files with recreating the archive. That means if you are going to update some of the files from your code very frequently, that means in that case you have to deploy the application in exploded form so that you every time you are changing a single file like HTML file, so instead of deploying the complete code, you can deploy that particular certain file. Okay, and when we talk about deployment targets, then obviously we deploy the applications on our clusters, managed servers, or sometimes on the admin server as well. And WebLogic server deployment tools, as of today, there are a lot of options out there. Okay, But two main component or tools you can say for the deployment application. One is about you can deploy the application using the WebLogic admin console. And second, you can use the command inline utility of WebLogic that is called WebLogic scripting tool, WST, for the deployment of application. Thank you very much.